Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Desiree DeMars, your host for the Sacred Symbols reading on Sunday, May 22nd, 2022. So glad you could join me. And I'm feeling really excited these days, just about spring being in full bloom here in the mountains of North Carolina. And things seem to be opening up and flowing more than they have been the last few months. So that feels really exciting. And I'm going to dive in to the reading with a little bit of rattling and a prayer or an invocation so that we can all be on the same page together. If you will, just join me by simply closing your eyes and attuning to your own breath. In fact, take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Beautiful. And as you exhale, imagine this brilliant white light coming down from the heavens, anchoring you down into the earth, right to the central core of planet Earth, aligning yourself, aligning your body, aligning your electrical field with this molten iron core, and activating the red blood cells, the hemoglobin in your body to create or amplify a state of health and vitality within you. Just imagine with each breath, that oxygen bringing this activation of health and vitality through the entire body. And as it flows upward, imagine the activation of all of your chakras: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and white, spilling up over the top of your head, following the pattern of the toroidal field that you are, this fountain of life and love and light that is infinite and eternal. Beautiful. And then imagine the emotional frequencies of these chakras expanding even further out into your field, creating a rainbow now in this brilliant white diamond of light. Creating a sacred and divine field of joy, peace, strength, courage, gratitude, humility, and divine love. Just feel how that helps you expand and amplify whatever it is you're feeling in your heart. This heart's desire, this true choice that you have in your heart. Notice what true choices lie in this heart space and feel that true choice aligning with these higher dimensions of your superconscious, right? Of the superconscious awareness activated from those states of gratitude, humility, and divine love. And feeling them anchored in the heart center, the center of courage. The courage that it takes to be completely you, wholly you, the Holy One, the one with true source, so that your actions become one with Source, right? Or one with propelling you forward into the future, whether it be for ancestral healing, personal healing, or even greater healing for the collective at this time. So take a moment, another couple of breaths to just tune into that. What is your intention for the reading today? And as you formulate that intention, I'm going to rattle and just allow the brain to synchronize with the alpha theta waves of this beautiful rattle and deepen the intention that you'll be blowing into the bones today. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, infinite creator of all that is, come and be with us. Come and be with us as we expand from our heart center out into the room, out into the space that houses us, and even further out onto the land where our ancestors once walked. Come and be with us as we create a sacred and divine space for all of the elements or elementals: earth, air, fire, water, ether, plasma, neutrinos, and all those yet unknown to man. Come and be with us, sit in this sacred and divine circle as we call in all of the directions: the north, the south, the east, the west, above, below, and the middle. Come and be with us. Come and be with us in this sacred and divine circle of love and light. All of our guides, angels, teachers, guardians, the seen and the unseen, the magical and the mystical, the two-legged, the four-legged, the many-legged, the winged ones, the finned ones, and the creepy crawlers. Come and be with us. Come and be with us, all of our ancestors, those who've gone before us, lived a good life and transcended, and are now here working on your behalf. Come and be with us, all of those whose names we do not know, but whose blood runs through our veins. Come and be with us as we sit for a moment to align, to bring coherence into the heart center and the head. Imagining a beautiful golden light now, where we are the alchemists. We are our own medicine, turning lead into gold, turning our suffering into joy. Come and be with us. Come and be with us as we receive guided information, channeled understanding and wisdom from all of those that we have called upon to enlighten us, to inform us, to co-create with us and give us direction as we step forward on this path of evolution. And may all the benefits that we receive today, may they also flow out into all those we come in contact with our hearts open in gratitude and appreciation. May I be highest dimension of light and love to be of service in this reading today. In full faith, so be it. Aha. And forgive me if you couldn't hear the rattling, because sometimes the noise cancellation just kicks in and knocks that out. But you can use your imagination across the ethers and hear that rattle within your own heart, your own talking stick, your own alignment with you, the antenna that you are the I sometimes feel a sense of almost just being like a radio dish, right? And just fine tuning my field to receive from the guidance of whoever wants to come in at this time. So now prepare yourself to reattune to the intention, the stepping into the I am presence of pure intention, and placing all of your attention on your breath as you blow into the sacred symbols. And we follow the movement. I am. Follow the movement or the holo movement of this sacred and divine recourse that we'll be tapping into today. So, 3 deep breaths. And I'm going to tip the screen down and allow you to see the best we can here these pieces as they out into this sacred circle and this cloth that we have provided. Nice. So I hope you can see this well enough. Again, I'll tip this forward a bit. There you go. So you can see it a little better. And let's see. It felt like a beautiful flow today as the pieces landed. And interestingly enough, I'm seeing right away the significance of the grandmothers in this reading. Grandmother, paternal and maternal. Your maternal lineage is in the red tipped bones, and the blue tipped bones are the paternal line. And here's your heart chakra close to you. So maybe you're wearing your heart on your sleeve today. In fact, what I'm seeing closest to where you would be sitting in a one-on-one reading is, here's some interesting information, a key, and this idea of rebirth on this journey that you're on. And underneath Pachamama, we have Uranus. Uranus and the throat chakra. You really can't see it probably from this angle, but there you go. There's the throat chakra resting on the bone that represents a fork in the road. So, you know, this idea of speaking, communicating what it is, that is one fork in the road that you can take. And it's really time to be in that power, that grounded feminine earth connection. And the other fork, which is interesting, this is like resting here. We've got an ancient ancestor, the maternal ancient ancestors, right? The ancient ancestors on your mother's side. And then here we have again, the great. Here on your maternal side, we have the great greats as far back as you can imagine, and a young adult on your mother's side. And then we have father. So interesting. So it's like, here's the grandmothers on one fork. Here's the father, kind of this connection into the paternal lineage, really close to actually, here's the mother. So here's father and mother really being amplified right now. I think this has been coming up actually for a couple of years, but, you know, really big time since COVID, especially toward the end of COVID, that so much of the polarity that is going on in our world, that is showing up in politics, in, you name it, I don't know, old structures, right? Is this idea of how will we become unified once again? I mean, I feel unity is diversity is the message I keep getting. It's not about everybody trying to be the same. It's quite the opposite. It's about embracing the diversity in everything and everyone, and finding a unification of that essence, of that energy. And how more beautifully represented could it be than here, our star nations, the star that we are, the star that you are. Just think about that. You are stardust, and here, the star that you are is at the center. I almost feel the sense of a yin yang, right? This hollow movement here, the higher levels of yourself. And that is right next to the inquiry. Whatever you were asking for, wishing for, it's saying this little pine frond is saying, it's from a pine cone, a giant pine cone, saying it's time to receive. And blessings on your home, time to receive and instill blessings, right? It's time. This is a timekeeper, and this is about home. This piece here is actually about home. That coin is about making a wish about home, the home within, the home without. And, I think it's also no accident that in the midst of this fork in the road, we have bear and we have eagle condor. And eagle condor is resting right on the edge of the planet Saturn, which is pretty interesting. I'm getting the sense that, eagle condor is saying it's time to, or sometimes in the process, let me put it this way, in this process of becoming or evolving, or, being at a fork in the road, Saturn, whatever has guided us through structure, through confinement, restrictions, or the masculine, not that it's good or bad, but, there's something to be looked at from a different perspective. In fact, the different perspective, I would say, is looking at it through the eye of God. Here's the eye of God, and it's facing down. It's like there's an important piece of choosing which fork to take when we reach that fork in the road, is to take time to go within and see a greater perspective, or an enormous perspective sometimes, right? That's right at the feet. If we were looking at ourselves as the one who is inquiring or asking for guidance, and it were a human being, it would be standing here. This, I like to imagine, is the feet and the arms stretched out to receive the answer. So that would be, to me, the foundation of what's here. And there's something really key in this, right? That there's something, it's a healing process, right? It's a process. And coming out or coming into the inquiry, this is beautiful. We have, mother, like I said, she's starting to be on the outskirts here. Father is kind of what needs to be, I think, revision, the masculine. And here's Jupiter really amplifying or expanding the feminine, the mother. This is Mercury, I believe. Yes, this is Mercury. And, it's next to this beautiful, look at this configuration, this beautiful spiral coming right up through the center of a spiritual evolution or spiritual journey, and reminding us that things go in cycles, right? They are cyclical, they are spiral. Our planet is flying through the universe in a spiral motion, right? Not just going around in circles over and over, but expanding and evolving. And underneath all of that, along with the grandfather on your mother's side, your maternal grandfather, there's something going on around the body, how it connects to the third eye, the body itself, the physical, or the body, like in body, mind, spirit, an aspect of the body the being as a human. And it's saying here, there's something that is still not clear, not seen completely. And this is the other, could be a loved one, a partner, somebody you're interested in, or someone yet to come into your life. Someone with influences, Venusian influences, right? Or aspects of themselves that have to do with truth, love, beauty, right? So this is really interesting that even though there's this potential here and this expansion going on, this spiral shell represents something that's in a little bit of a fog or not quite clear yet, right? So, which is perfect for the process of, which is the greater process, which is transfiguration right here. No accident, right? We have transformation underneath it, our little gecko or whatever, our little four-legged creature with the tail, and the divine feminine. And we know things are really transforming on a physical level. The planet Earth is having its own transfiguration, its own transformation, and clarity of mind is what is essential for that, being in the correct frequency, right? And some of these changes happening now, we're just, in a phase shortly after a huge eclipse, right? A full moon solar eclipse. And I think it's no accident that we have actually both the grandfathers here, maternal and paternal grandfathers, and right next to the heart, this little turquoise heart represents the soul's retrieval. So retrieval, or the soul's remembering. So you may feel like you're going through that, or you may be actually doing that kind of work right now, getting soul retrieval, bringing in those lost parts. That is still, which they are the carriers of the pieces that are unseen. It's like putting a puzzle together, right? So there's still pieces to be retrieved, to be returned, and then woven into the wholeness of who we are. And I think all of this is being amplified. That's what this planet Jupiter here is saying, that this concept and this idea of masculine and feminine rebalancing is happening to all of us. And that's what Pluto is underneath all of this, right? Whether we like it or not, we are in a huge transformation process. And we are living on Earth, which is going through the same. We are going through the photon belt. We are merging with another galaxy, Sagittarius star A, right? And the Milky Way. I mean, I don't know how anybody could not be feeling transition. And we have Earth, the moon, and Neptune. That's interesting. All kind of in a little lineup here, right at one of the peaks of the central diamond. So interesting. So kind of just, as a part of a focus or a highlight here, the Earth, the moon, Neptune. So when you're feeling like things are in a fog, or you're unclear, you're feeling ungrounded, which is really common right now, and it brings up a lot of emotions, get yourself back grounded into the earth. Start to become aware. This is a great time when you feel that way to tap into the heart center. Get your feet on the ground. Do whatever you like to do for grounding. Go swimming, go hiking, literally put your feet on the ground, step in the grass. But remember, recognize, become aware, and bring to the forefront of your heart this idea of, this is Buffalo, this idea of being provided for. We are always being provided for, right? And we have sea lily right on top of our this little feather here represents our power animals. So what I would say in the bigger message, right, in this little collection here is about as we are moving through this transformation and striving to gain clarity of mind, what's important is to remember that we are creative souls, right? That's what this 3 is about. Creative souls on our journey that our true work, that's what this little antler tip, elk antler, is saying, this is about the work in the world that we are all doing, and we are all being provided for right now. I think with the veil being thin and all these earth changes, even sometimes though they feel tumultuous, uprooting, they are all in perfect and divine order, providing us with the ability, the light, the power, the courage, and the strength that it takes to move forward and create anew. Co-create, right? And to continue to allow the rising or the raising of our frequencies. Rattle, calling in what it is you want. What is your vision? What is your dream about your work in the world? I know many are in a transition about what they are meant to do. What is their soul's purpose? Not just a job, but what they feel they are meant to do on a soul level. And so here you go. Here's the blueprint that you came in with. Shaman, the 2, the partnership, co-creating with the healer within, the medicine, you being your own medicine, your body is encapsulating the information, the medicine, and the wisdom that is needed for your evolution at every given moment at any time. And in fact, here you are. This half shell here is you. This is your feet touching the blueprint, and inside is your 3rd chakra, right? Your solar plexus. Just taking your power back, letting your light shine, and knowing that your DNA is in transformation. It's all changing. It's being affected by the sun, by this photonic light, by who knows what kind of cosmic particles, energies, right? And they are propelling us forward. Here is Mars saying it's time to move forward in this sacred dance, right? Dancing with the angels. Here's the angelic forces. Our little frog laying on his sides, reminding us that we have duality, but the duality within us can serve us, right? Because the frog also represents the collective evolution of our souls together. And here frog is right up against the vision. So what is the vision that you have, that you feel motivated, you feel empowered to move forward? And you can tap into your emotions at any time. Your emotions, there is a saying that, our thoughts and feelings are not real, but only up to the extent of that they are not the truth written in stone, but they are a record, or sometimes they are, a breadcrumb, a step, a piece in the puzzle of what we have experienced, what we understand. And there are times when there are things, emotions that we have that no longer serve us in certain circumstances, and we can choose to shift those, change those, release them. And here is the coin of abundance. And right on top of it is the wish token. So just saying that, take a moment. Wouldn't it be exciting to just imagine that you were gifted with a wish token, and you know that the gift behind it, the energy within it, is to provide for you whatever it is you need in abundance. So just take that in for a moment and feel yourself opening and receiving to the abundance that is the abundance of emotional information that is guiding you. Oh, there's a little star under there too. It's part of the offering. A little glittery star, which actually was taken from some offerings that I had made for my beautiful friend Melissa, who transitioned a couple of months ago. But community. So, here we are in community, even if it's on Zoom, we are bringing in aspects of this, of abundance, of beauty, truth, love, creativity. We are remembering the soul, the star, the light that we are as we come into really manifesting and embodying this inquiry that we had today. And then as we come back around full circle, I'm seeing, drum is important here. We've got the sun, as I mentioned, and out of the sun is coming the sword of truth, speaking your truth. And bringing to our attention inside here, oh, just kind of caught my eye just now, is the great mystery. And it's facing down. How beautiful. It's like sometimes we have to just go within and be in absolute humility, absolute gratitude for the great mystery, for all that is yet unknown, right? And sometimes we can really feel that. This is the earth star, right? We can really feel it when we're touching the earth. We feel at one, we feel wholeness, we feel innocence. This is deer toe. When we feel that childlike awe and wonder within us. And sometimes it's really important. Here's this little heart-shaped dagger that says, sometimes what's really critical in the process is to cut away, to release, right? To let go of what no longer serves. So that was an absolutely beautiful reading. Just last little notes. We've got the crown chakra here and the mind. So I'll take that. Here's rattle. So the calling in of from above through the crown chakra, taking all this in, receiving, assisting us in creating balance of mind, right? Those are the benefits of all these attributes, and they're just coming right down to you. This is what I'm seeing, right? They're just aligning. Everything is aligning right now. What if we were to imagine that everything in our life has happened in the perfect and divine order, and that now everything is aligning and coming to us because we are magnetizing to us our true choices, our true heart's desire, right? Yes. Oh, I love that. Love that. So there you have it, my friends. That's our reading for today. And I hope this brought you some joy, insight, humility, gratitude, and divine love into your heart. So thank you very much for joining me. Please like, love, share, keep the love light shining and growing. Even in these challenging times, we need this kind of thing more than ever. More than ever, we need reminders to help us to shine a light as we step forward into the great mystery, into the great unknown. Namaste. Aho.